We're going to look at an example of using the selective best subset regression macro that you can find on this website. So first we want to find the start editing comment and then go to our library. This is where our original data sets are going to be and where our output is going to be saved. Next we're looking at our y variable. So this is our outcome variable of our regression analysis. For this example, we're going to be using made up medical data. We want to figure out how much a patient is going to cost us a year on using their facts. So we're going to look at total charges. So for our training data set, and this is what the model is going to be built on. We're going to look at med data 2013, and then we're going to validate it on this year's data. So med data 2012. So it's the same data pretty much, except that it's separated by a year. Next is our no match macro. Most of you will not use this. This is if you're using a group of variables generally put together by a colon on the end, so grabbing everything that begins with. I will use it to show you how it's used. If you don't use it, if you don't know if you're going to need to use it or not, just leave it uncommented. But what it does is it removes certain variables from the combinations of the two data sets. So the reason we would want to do this is because regression is a listwise techniques. If one variable is missing from one data set that's used in the other data set, then you will get your validation will be null because it's a listwise technique. So let's go ahead and remove the comments, and then we are going to replace this with those variables that are not in the other data set. So CCS codes are our diagnostic codes, and I'll have 3 in here that we want to replace or remove. So we want to ignore these. We want to remove these from the entire analysis process. Okay, so now they're dropped. So it says end editing or pause editing here. So now we are at our reg runners. So for every reg runner you build, it's going to build a separate regression model. We also have an example group here, so let me show you how to build a group of variables. So we simply type let, %let, and we'll call this facts, and this will be a person's facts, like their age, mean weight over the year, and their mean BMI. Okay, so if you want to use a group of variables, you can type that. You can also make multiple groups. To use it in your model, you just type the reg runner in the model, so the name of the model, comma, and then your variables. You put an ampersand in the name of it, facts. Okay, so then we're going to test this with the CCSs. So CCS colon means grab everything starting with CCS. Our other model is going to be facts. And then we're going to do ICD-9 count. So that's a count of unique ICD-9s. So let's see what this, also compare them without the facts. So we can run it now and it would work, except that our model names aren't very descriptive, so we can change the model names to help us in the future. So I'll call this fact underscore CCS, fact underscore ICD, CCS, and ICD. And we can keep going and making more of them, or also making a loop. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. So just look at the last one here. We have our output. So we can see that facts and ICDs, a unique count of ICD-9s was the best, considering if we sort by the validated root mean squared error. Now you might want to sort on adjusted R squared. If you're looking at, if you want to just look at the model statistics, these are those here. The validation statistics are here. It's by default sorted by root mean squared validation, but you can change this. From here, we can see that ICD-9 is likely a very important variable. Facts does help because you see it raises even CCSs whenever it's used. Generally, you would run quite a few of these at a time, 50 to hundreds. Then you would take the ones that you liked out of this and actually run the full regression, or run the regression that in SAS to get the normal output, so you can compare everything about it. Thank you. Please feel free to leave any comments or corrections.